Hey, how's it going? I am Frank Castle from IamFrankCastle.com, and this is AI for That by my company, 4DAT. It's a podcast for folks that are interested in AI and how it can be customized, operationalized, used by the daily driver. People are discovering AI every day, saying, "Hey, maybe I can use this AI to help me get organized or do this." We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the uses of it. And then we're going to start talking about the theoretical uses that we're going into that have a lot of people upset and talking. And we're going to tie it into the body of knowledge. So, when I was a soldier, I'm a retired soldier now, and this is my retirement paperwork. Very nice. I appreciate it. I loved being a soldier, but there was a body of knowledge that I drew upon as a soldier. And one of the things that I've noticed as I'm retired as both a computer professional, electrical engineer, and a student of computer science is that there's more and more interest in the government wanting to use it. So, like one of the things here was contract I'm thinking of putting in is language models for veteran suicide prevention. And, DARPA with their acronyms, they like the LM4VSP. I don't know. 4VSP? I like 4DAT. Anyways, keywords, language models, suicide prevention, mental health, natural language models, clinician assistant training data. Anyways, they want to know the knowledge and the information that I gleaned by not killing myself as a veteran and turn that into a language model to help clinicians help these younger veterans keep from killing themselves. Now, I'm part of what I call the Spartan 1000. We were part of the invasion of the Thunder Run of Iraq in 2003. What that means is that we were part of 1,000 people that went in armored vehicles to the center of Baghdad and fought for about 3 days straight, and we survived. So, yeah. So you end up with a little PTSD after stuff like that. But, as warriors, we follow a Spartan Code, look out for each other. And I want to make sure to share that with other people, not necessarily just through DARPA, but in conversations where we talk about it. Because my background isn't just as a soldier, it isn't just as an electrical engineer, it isn't just as a citizen soldier, it's as a father, as a brother, as a son, part of the community here that builds a worthwhile life. That's it. Let's talk about it. I'm living a great life. Um, but I'm not done yet. I hate this idea of retirement and then you just go on a cruise ship for the rest of your life. This is my retirement. This is what I enjoy. I enjoy talking and learning and finding out what makes the cognitive science behind things tick. So, that's the whole reason I formed my company. We use a process with cognitive lenses and when we have Todd on for the scuba stuff and the military stuff, I want you to be able to remember this because we have the pre-event stuff. So before someone becomes a scuba diver, what is the pre-event? What is the context? What is the expectations? Why are you going? Why do you do this? And then we have the event modes, which is like triggers, processes, decision points. What did you do? When we talk about safety accidents and stuff like that, in the dive community, there's usually a decision point or a trigger that the community looks upon and says, hey, maybe that's something that we need to address. What's wonderful now with the AI is that you can create a large language model that recognizes these things and searches for them. Most of them are written. There are work for context and AIs where great paper I just read from Georgia Tech The young person was doing the research for a company called Meta, and they called it the werewolf within. So they are actually taking the cognitive science of a discussion to try and find when someone is not being genuine. It's crazy to me that the world is going this way, but here we are. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. We're also going to talk about stuff like the Flipper Zero. What is it? It's a wireless information garnering tool used by hopefully security professionals or people trying to break security. If you're a cybersecurity professional, it's a tool you will know of well. If you're a criminal, well, hopefully you're not using it for that. This is all stuff and knowledge that's out there that can be used what I call for dual purposes. One of the things that I'm really excited about is AI and scuba diving. Well, I got my friend here, Todd. I'll let him introduce himself. But I plan to go through the instructor course with him at his dive shop. And I'm going to use AI to create assistants to help me learn and train the cognitive process of scuba diving and why some people only go diving once. I don't understand that. I do it all the time. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Todd, on to you.
Hey, Frank, thanks for having me on. So, a little bit about me. My name's Todd Yarbrough. I'm the owner of Red Alert Diving, which is a small dive center in Panama City Beach, Florida. Um, I'm a PADI course director, which means that I train dive masters and instructors along with making regular scuba divers. And then also, I'm a DAN examiner. So, DAN is Divers Alert Network. And I spent about 4 years working in the field with them, training dive centers on safety applications and risk mitigation programs, things that we do there. So I'm really looking forward to sitting down and having a discussion about how some of those things can be integrated into AI, or how AI can be integrated into some of those things to make the process a little cleaner, a little easier, and see what other ideas you've got about it.
Well, and I think from my standpoint, the big thing that I want to do is I want to have as much success training students to get people feeling as comfortable as I feel in the water and to give them that ability because I see people struggle sometimes trying to learn something, and it's usually a cognitive hiccup that they haven't recognized or addressed yet. So I'm looking forward to the episode. We'll talk about that more. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the journey with us. We're going to talk about stuff. There is going to be a definite end. The culmination of this is going to be the release of the book Spartan Code at DEF CON in August. Hopefully, if you're able to be there, great. If not, that's fine too. I do consider myself as a former ham radio operator, RF, cybersecurity professional, and all that stuff. Part of DEF CON and the hacker culture is questioning and figuring out how to use stuff. And our society is going to do that whichever way. We acknowledge it or we don't. You know, life and society changes. And that's the only truth we got going. Thanks. I hope to see you next time.